Exciting news, I'm back with my baby Flo. She has made a safe return from the garage. All the work has been done. We've got new bumper, we've got a new wing, we've got a new wing mirror. The door has been painted and for some reason we've got a new headlight. She kind of looks like she's winking at me now. I'm going to try and clean the other one up a bit more. But yeah, she's back and that's the main thing. So now it's the perfect opportunity to do an empty van tour video. So if you don't know me, my name's Harley, and you don't know my little micro camper, her name is Florence, aka Flo, aka Go With The Flow. Let's go.
I really wanted to keep everything inside the van fresh and clean looking. Painting everything white, including the walls of the van, completely takes away the industrial feel, and paired with the wood floor, it makes it feel real homely. We also use these tile effects stickers just to give it a pop of colour against the white, and I just love how this looks. Again, with the retro doorknobs and the vine, it really just brings a bit of more character to the interior. It's simple yet effective. As you can see, the tiles just run across the back wall above the countertop. They were £8.99 from Amazon, and we used 2 packs to achieve this. Also, the artificial vine we've just placed across the top of the ceiling. Every home needs a plant, and I don't think anything real would survive here, so I've settled for this. Now this is one of my absolute favourite features we decided on. It is this pop-out worktop. This was such a last minute design, but so easy to use, never gets in the way, it's perfect. Gives me more worktop when I've got the back doors open, and when I'm not at a campsite I find this a handy place to put my gas stove. You can make a coffee, fry an egg, whatever it is you do. Next I'm gonna talk you through the storage we've got in here. I also want to mention everything in this van build was either recycled wood or second-hand units. Nothing I purchased for this conversion was brand new. The first thing, I've got this pod. The dividing shelf wasn't in this originally. We did put that in. I found it a lot easier to organise my things that way. We've got this nice big space on the bottom and on the top, and this pod was actually out of my old van conversion of a Mazda Bongo. Didn't go to plan. You have to check out the video for that. But yeah, we've utilised it. It's gone to a new home. We have this smaller ceiling cupboard next. It is small, but any extra storage you definitely don't take for granted, especially in such a tiny van. The reason it's smaller is so that I could actually get my laptop on here. If it came out as far as the other one next to it, I couldn't do my work. I'll pop round to the side door and show you the other ceiling cupboard. It is longer, it's wider. I use this to mainly store dry good foods. I find it just to be an easy and convenient place to put all that kind of stuff. As you can see, we've used a pallet for the cabinet doors. Again, recycling, and I actually think they look quite nice. I picked up these chest of drawers from Facebook Marketplace for just £10. They fasten with this little latch so the drawers don't fly about while driving. I have one on the bottom right and one just on the top left here. Now, the bottom drawers don't open fully, but it is enough for me to get my hand in and reach the bottom. I don't put clumpy stuff in here. Things that are just small and aren't going to get jammed. Underwear, socks, that type of thing. I feel lucky to have a set of drawers in this micro camper. They are so convenient for just keeping your things organised, and again, that extra storage doesn't get taken for granted. We've put 2 double plug sockets with USBs, one up the top and one on the bottom. The reason why the plug socket down here is upside down is purely because plugs would not fit in the port that close to the floor. It's not for when I visit Australia. I bought this cheap front door mat from Home Bargains. We cut it up, pop some by the side door and on the back door just to wipe the feet, and also just tidies it up a little bit. I have this handy hook here on the side of this cabinet, as well as a metal bar across the back door and these magnetic hooks from Amazon. All handy little places for me to hang things on. Flow also features a 100-watt solar panel placed here on the back of the roof from Amazon, and it also came with the solar charge controller with 2 USB ports as well. You may have wondered what that big box was in the middle of the van. Here we store all the electronics. Easy to open with these 2 latches, one on this side here and also on the other side here. The lid just lifts off like so, And inside we have a 110 amp hour leisure battery with a split charge relay which charges the battery while driving, a 2000 watt inverter with pure sine wave. This is much better to have as it delivers constant volts which won't damage any equipment. I did purchase a charger for the leisure battery, which is great for when I've got electric hookup, just to manage the levels and to make sure nothing's running low. Nice and central in the van, easy to get to, and we just leave it nice and tidy in there. A recent modification to this van is this large storage box in place of the passenger seat. Taking the seat out made sense to me as I am travelling solo, and creating this huge section of storage was much more important to me. I have leads in here at the moment, but usually I store my bedding in here. It used to be in my top box, which was really inconvenient for me to keep having to get down every night and make my bed. This is so much better. We did make this dividing wall here between this box and the leisure battery just so it was safe from overheating or getting knocked. I can still use the footwell for more storage like shoes, and there's enough space for the glove box to still open. We also hinged on a pallet for the lid and painted it all white so there was continuity through the van. This doesn't just act as storage though, it does in fact give me a few more inches when I'm in bed, as you will soon find out. I picked up a pair of curtains in the Dunelm sale, £5 for the pair. We're using half a pair here, no faffing about with sewing, it just works perfectly for privacy and that extra bit of warmth. Next, I want to show you the bench seat / bed that we designed. We did originally plan to build a pull-out module off the back of here, like what you see in many van conversions, usually used for like a cooker. But I decided it would be more beneficial for me to have this storage under here in the end, and to be honest, I don't regret my decision. Now, I keep 3 very important pieces of wood under here also. This is what's going to help us build the bed. But first, we're going to take this piece off by just unscrewing this bolt here. It's just a quick and easy to use butterfly bolt that I really need to remember to keep safe because I'm going to need it again in a minute. This small piece of wood comes off like this, and I'm just going to store this under the seat where the other pieces of wood were before. We then need to remove this other bolt which is on the other side of the seat. This is in place just so the 2 pieces don't rattle or move out of place while driving, and just makes it a bit more sturdy to sit on. Once both of those bolts are removed, we can then slide the seat out, making it into a bed. Firstly, I'm going to take this longer piece of wood and slot it down here at the bottom. As you can see, that gives it more structure and stability. And to keep all that in place, it just latches on like so. I'm then going to take this long plank, which bolts in the same way as the smaller one we took out earlier. This is going to be support for where you will lay, basically. Stops there being a hole in the bed. And this is where you need the bolts that you removed earlier. Everything has a purpose. The last piece slots in here. As you can see, you have that L-shaped cutout, which is going to make sense in just a second. And just like the others, that bolts in place. The last piece of wood is hidden behind the driver's seat. So as I come around here and grab that, as you can probably tell by now, every inch of this van is utilised. And finally, the last piece of the bed just fits in here perfectly. It's a bit of a squeeze, but you also want it to be nice and sturdy. All I need to do now is just grab the cushions. This is a generous single bed, especially with the passenger seat removed. It is plenty big enough for one person. It's squeezed for 2, but I do think it is doable. I also just want to say I've spent many nights on this bed now. It is very comfy. I've had some of the best night's sleep, some of the worst in some strange places, but it hasn't given way on me, and I really can't fault it. This system works. Now cue the time lapse of me packing it all away. I also want to give a massive shout out to my dad. None of this build would be possible without all his hard work, so I'd really appreciate it if you would go and check out his channel also.
Thank you so much for watching this little video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I will be back with more videos all about my micro camper and also living in my micro camper and travelling around in my micro camper. So stay tuned, stay groovy, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Bye.